The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
How are we? It's Friday and we're about to go on holiday and I'm so excited I could bust. Oh, sorry. I'm genuinely excited over here. I need sleep so bad. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Turning to Meg Ryan. How are you?
Meg Ryan.
I'm all right.
Yeah, you're all right.
Yeah.
I had a
You're
shocking
obviously-
sleep last night. I couldn't sleep. I woke up and I was just lying there, and I went, "Oh, the test match is on. I may as well watch the test match." So I watched the test. I turned on the KO. We were none for 41, Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it for not long, and in that time we lost 4 wickets.
I swear that happens all the time, doesn't it? As soon as you start watching.
And
Yeah,
then
you can't do that.
I fell asleep. I woke back up, and I turned it back on, and we'd recovered. We had Carey and what's the name of the second ball I watched, Carey got out. I've seen 5 of the 6 wickets fall.
I was going to turn it on in the studio here, but I won't be
amazing.
doing that.
It's like you're a KO mini.
Oh.
Every time you watch
Yeah.
it, you just see all the highlights or lowlights.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, dear.
Some would say you're lucky you actually got to see something happen during the match.
No.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but it was not the
luck.
side that I wanted to be getting. Watch wickets tumble
Yeah, no, you'd rather watch the ball get over the fence.
over the
Yeah,
fence, Nick.
that's
Hit
it.
it
Yeah,
for a
over the
6,
fence.
a boundary in Granada.
Yes.
It looks like
Yes.
a cool place, man. We're just destination unknown. Have we sent anyone over to the Caribbean, man?
I feel like
Well, someone put themselves in the draw, I think, the first week, a
Yeah,
Caribbean
there
cruise.
was.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it was.
Come on, it looks like a
It does
beautiful
look fun.
place. Anyone ever been there? I've never been
Nope.
there.
No, I want to go.
Yeah, I'd like
And
to check it out.
they've got, that's where I actually want to do a cruise ship, is in the Caribbean, because they've got all these incredible water parks. So it's like a water park, like kind of junket. I reckon
yeah?
that'd be so much fun with your mates. Just go and do water park junket on a cruise ship.
The draws today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what are the guidelines around this? Because we've still got somebody that can grab the last place. Imagine that. Imagine if you came in and got the last ticket in
Swan and Lake.
destination unknown, and then
It happens sometimes. The last in gets it. Like it happens
And
more,
that-
more than I reckon.
and then just like an hour or so later, we call you back and say, no, that we weren't gammon. That's for real.
Legit.
Huge.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Nikki's News.
Well, it's been a rather depressing news evening overnight. Last night, I know Jeremy walked in and said
Oh, that's
Diogo
horrible. Oh, sorry,
Jota
that's not
has died, and that was just because we're Liverpool supporters.
Who? Sorry.
Diogo Jota. So he plays for Liverpool Football
Yeah.
Club,
Yeah,
where's
and
from?
he crashed in Spain overnight, and he got married a few days ago.
What a current player.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
He's
car
young. He's got 3 little ones. They literally just tied the knot. It's horrendous. His brother died with him.
Prince
I just
William
wanted to
was
get
a
that
big
out of the
fan.
way.
Yes.
Hey?
Prince William was a big fan, evidently. He's really
Yeah, well,
shook up by
even, yeah, he was huge. He was our star striker. And it's just, he's so young and it's just so sad. So anyway, that's the sad news out of the way.
No,
Moving
no,
on.
no, there's more sad news.
Oh, no, really?
I thought this was a happy news segment.
Yeah, I just read it, but while we're down
Oh no, what
in the
else?
depths of despair, Michael Madsen passed away overnight.
Yeah, I
can't
didn't want to
believe
double
that.
up. I know.
I literally just read it
67.
there. You remember Michael Madsen, Reservoir Dogs,
Oh, the actor.
with the ear, gets the
Yeah,
ear.
that guy.
Yeah, you'd know him,
Oh,
Michael
yeah,
Madsen.
Only 67, yeah.
It's too young. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously the other guy was younger, but you know, like yeah. But all the QT films.
yeah.
Yeah. Are we down,
Yeah, okay.
done with the sad stuff?
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe
Miley Cyrus is receiving a
her
star
as
on the
well. Oh,
Hollywood
thank
Walk
God.
of Fame. No, she is still very much alive.
Yeah.
Miley Cyrus was announced as part of the Hollywood Walk of Fame class of 2026. Cyrus celebrated the news on Instagram, where she recalled walking down the boulevard with her dad when she was just a young girl. She will be receiving the star before both her dad, Billy Ray, and ex-husband Liam Hemsworth.
Yes.
What's he doing
The-
there?
I don't know. Why is he there? I don't.
It's bloody ridiculous.
What,
They hate each other.
Why is he there? Is he?
Oh,
I
I don't
don't
know.
understand
No, I
that.
think-
We
I
need
think
to
she's-
they're
dig
just
deeper.
saying that they don't have one
Yeah.
and she's got one.
Oh, right. What?
Oh,
She's receiving it before them,
It's just a flex.
not standing before
Yeah.
them.
Oh,
But don't
I
you
thought-
pay
I
for it?
Felt like a literal, like right in front of them. It's like, nah. That's funny. Okay.
Don't
Oh,
they,
well,
pay,
good
don't
on
they
you.
pay for it now? Like, that's what I heard.
They
The stars.
do.
What's the point of it?
They pay, but it's still barrier to entry. Like, you could go buy one, Lutsy, but they still have to decide whether or not you qualify to have one.
You just
But
have to
yes,
pay
they
for
do
it.
have to pay for it. Yeah. But I feel like, do you feel like they're
weird.
coming in a little bit young nowadays? Like, I kind of thought you had to be, like, you know, old to get one.
Miley's 48.
Dinosaurs dash for the finish line in T-Rex World Championship races. Oh, I haven't seen the footage for this, but I love it when the T-Rexes go loose. You know the inflatable T-Rexes?
Oh, yeah.
And they turn up to parties. I think they kind of kicked off during the Tour de France. You'd see them up near the finish
You would
line.
actually, yeah.
Naturally.
More than 300 people have donned the inflatable dinosaur costumes and took to the track at Emerald Downs in Washington for the annual T-Rex World Championship races. Houston man Andrew Stuber was crowned top Tyrannosaurus in the year's race. This year's T-Rex World Championship races also featured an aerial event. 3 people in T-Rex costumes jumped and skydived out of a plane, parachuted down to the field before racing to the finish line. The full event is set to be aired on ESPN2 sometime later in the summer, or just find it on Instagram, I would imagine.
We could bring that to Eagle Farm.
That'd be fun.
That's a race course they're doing it.
We could do that with Nova. That'd be,
It'd be
I
fun.
just
T-Rex
love
race
those dinosaurs.
down the straight. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Or you could do the alien one, you know, at Halloween each year, how you can do the inflatable alien that looks like it's like stealing you. So you're sticking out the front of it and the alien's behind you and you act like you're getting dragged
You're getting
away.
probed.
Yeah. Inflatable anything's funny, really.
Yeah.
I think.
Just adds an element, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Oh, this sucks. Moving on.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Deputy Premier Jared Blay yesterday announced a pretty important announcement, really. It's the first time the state government, federal government, have decided exactly, or federal government specifically, where the money will go as part of this $7.1 billion for the 2032 Olympics and Paralympics. And I think the Deputy Prem joins us on the phone right now, making his debut on Brisbane's #1 breakfast show. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, guys. Good to be on the program.
Good to have you, mate. Now, listen, tomorrow, without getting into too much of the nitty-gritty, I guess we knew there was a new stadium, and then we'd heard all the announcements coming through over the last couple of months with the R&A Showgrounds, with the athlete village, and then the National Aquatic Centre and things like that. What was the major thing that we found out yesterday, the Reader's Digest version of your announcement yesterday, in layman's terms?
Well, the biggest thing we had to secure was the federal funding deal. So we secured that yesterday. So the federal government and the state government have now done a deal on the $7.1 billion. So we are good to go on the infrastructure and funding for the 2032 Games. And we also announced yesterday 4 of the minor venue programs are actually gone to tender as of yesterday now, so people can start procuring. And early works, site investigations on Victoria Park will start. So it was really the get on with the job now. The review's been done, the 100-day report's been done. Now we get on and deliver the 2032 Games.
So,
No, it's it. Oh, sorry. You go.
sorry, Nick, just quickly. So essentially the Vic Park thing's, I guess, the big one everyone's talking about. So you reckon there'll be people out there with set squares and whatever they bloody do to work out where to build the thing?
Soil testing, all that sort of stuff.
Probably next week, right? So which then will allow people to hopefully start, digging holes by the end of the year.
Well, I think people just want to see things started, right? And one of the biggest setbacks we had with all the chaos and confusion with the previous mob trying to plan this thing was the federal government and their allocation of funding. But yesterday, the federal minister and I got on stage together and we announced the deal had been secured, and therefore a $3.435 billion contribution is now secured, and we just got to get on with it. So, yeah, we're going to see procurement now for the 4 minor venues, which is the Sunshine Coast Mountain Centre, the Barlow Park Stadium in Far North Queensland, the Logan Indoor Sports Centre, Moreton Bay Indoor Sports Centre, and the Sunshine Coast Outdoor Stadium, and then obviously site works for Victoria Park. Because there is a lot of questions of people, where's it going to be, where's it going to be located? All that work can undertake now.
Right.
Now, Jared, I'm a local Sunshine Coast girl. In fact, I drive past your office every morning as I go to work. I have a question about the Sunshine Coast. This is all about me. So we've got the mountain biking. Why can we not have the rowing at Batinia? Is it not long enough?
Not long enough, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a beautiful lake, obviously, Paragard Lake there, but it's not long enough. So just opposite the lake, of course, we've got the Sunshine Coast Outdoor Stadium, and you would know it, it's 1,000 seats at the moment. It's going to be increased from 1,000 seats to just over 10,000 seats. So we're going to have a proper stadium on the Sunshine Coast that we've been wishing and crying out for years. We're finally going to get one.
That's fantastic. We could
Oh,
end
and
up with our own
also-
NRL football team.
And when you let's go. And when you're going, when you're going past my office with my young face on there every morning, you'll also go to Maroochydore. We're going to have a new arena and convention centre on the Sunshine Coast, and for 12,000 seat arena for music events and live music, which we just haven't had on the coast before, which is just going to be fantastic. And new rail and metro services.
How confident are you that, just from reading in the paper, you got $3.8 billion to build a 63,000 seat stadium at Victoria Park? How can you bring it in on budget, or be confident that you can bring it in on budget when there's so many fluctuations at the moment in terms of, metal prices, for example, with everything that's going on around the world? Is $3.8 billion going to be all that you've got to spend, or is there a chance that this could blow out because there's so many unpredictable factors that can come into play, especially with the length of time that you've got to build it in?
Yeah, I think. But what we've done over the last 8 months is we've been doing project validation reports on all the minor venues and the venues, and we're still confident of our $7.1 billion. That's the total bucket money, and the federal government are confident with that as well. Obviously, they signed the deal with us yesterday. I think we've got to change the mindset of just saying everything blows out because it's government doing it, and we've actually got to drive competition and drive change and drive efficiency and productivity. And we've already suspended BPIC, which was the CFMEU tax on construction sites in Queensland, which I think will save the Queensland taxpayer a bit of money as well. So I think there are ways to drive efficiency, but we've got to get out of this mindset that everything's just going to cost more because everything government does blows up. I think we've just got to have ministers and departments saying, no, we're going to drive efficiency. It's Queensland taxpayer money, and we've got to respect the money.
And just getting around the Brisbane Arena, which is that the Gabba indoor arena, whatever that's going to be, 18,000. See, that's been taken out of the Olympic realm, so that the feds aren't paying for that now. They've just done what you've just said, and you're supremely confident that we still by 2032 will have that state of the art inner city arena at the Gabba, but will be privately funded.
Absolutely. There is so much interest in privately funding an arena. It's a 17,000-seat arena to go over to the GoPrint site, which is next to the Gabba. That whole, after 2032, after the Games, the Gabba will come down. That whole area of the growth and cultural centres, entertainment centres, housing, where the Gabba is, but next to that is the GoPrint site, and that's where the arena will be. And I've just come back from the United States where we've gone to the stadiums and arenas where the private sector are funding these, and they're amazing venues. And we've managed to save the federal taxpayer $2.5 billion by having him investing in the sporting elements and infrastructure, and the private sector will fund it before 2032. Very, very confident. And the day we put out expressions of interest to the market, we had 200 companies register expressions of interest to be involved in the process. So I'm very confident we're going to get an amazing arena over at the GoPrint site.
Jared Blay, thanks, Deb.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
The Ash Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Carrigan. I see that the House full sign is going to be up for
what?
For the deciding Origin match on
right.
Wednesday night. 83,000 fans have got their tickets for Wednesday night's clash at Accor Stadium.
Where is Accor Stadium?
It's the Olympic Stadium. It's that shithole out at Homebush.
The giant muck hole.
Oh, that's not as good a vibe, is it?
And Paddy Carrigan joins us from Camp Maroon. Hey, Paddy, how are you, mate?
Morning, guys. How we doing?
Good, mate. You're very lucky that you're out on the field and you're not in amongst all the mingers like we are when we go and watch you guys out
my theory
at Homebush.
My theory, Ash, is from the second you land in Sydney, they blindfold you until you get to your room, so you have no concept of the absolute muck hole you are in West Sydney. And then you don't look at anything on the bus out to the stadium, and then you just come out on the field, you just play, and so you no concept of what a horrible joint it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I don't feel like you can repeat that on air.
What?
Pat, he can't say it's a shithole.
Do you feel the atmosphere? Having said
no Queensland, fella.
It's no Queensland.
That's a more diplomatic way of saying
Having said that about the stadium, 83,000 people, you go, it'll be an unreal atmosphere. No, it won't. No, it still kind of feels dead.
It's dead. It's dark. It's dead.
Yes.
Are you excited?
I am. I don't know the boy. A decider. I know it's in enemy territory, and there'll be plenty of Batchy's Blues, but it's going to be good. My last game there was. Oh no, well, the last sellout they had there was 2022, which was my debut, and we got the win. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be doing the same next Wednesday night.
How good,
It's
mate.
lucky ground for you then. All right. That's one good thing.
Mate, every now and then Origin throws up some complete fairy tales. And just in the lead up to this game, it's got all the makings of just being like a legendary Queensland victory this week, highlighted by Big Papa coming back into the team. I'm really interested to get your thoughts on that. But let's start with Shibasaki because he's an Origin bolter like from way back. That's one of the biggest Origin bolters I can remember in a long, long time. And he's actually paid a lot of credence to you, Paddy, and the role that you've played in his resurrection as a player. How proud are you to see him run out alongside you on Wednesday night?
Nah, I'm stoked, mate. I think the credit he's giving me just comes back to a financial aspect where I pretty much paid for everything for the last 3 months. So I'm glad he's got a contract and earning some money, to be honest. But I'm stoked. We grew up playing together. I played against him. He's had the same goatee since he was 13 years old. So I think it's his superpower, to be honest. But he works so hard, so it's a pretty good story.
Yeah. So, and what was the crux of it? You ran into him. Was it last year, or you were up in Townsville to take on the Cowboys, and you ran across him and you talked him into having another crack at footy?
Yeah, well, we were still pretty close mates, so to just keep in touch. He'd been over in Japan. I hadn't seen him in a while. And long story short, he was a youth worker in Townsville, and when he has to go out and find some kids, if he can't, find them, sometimes they're at the footy grounds or where the NRL teams and that are coming in to train to get ready to play that weekend. So he cruised down. We were doing our captain's run training, and Kevy was our coach at the time, and he knows a few of the boys, so he came out and had a yarn. And I said to Kev, well, there was the three of us there, I said, what about we get him a train and trial gig and give him one last crack? And on the back of that, I know, 9 months later, a lot of hard work from him, but yeah.
So was that last year?
That is unbelievable.
Was that last year?
That was last year. That was 24 when we played the Cows up in Townsville after this Origin period, I think. A game or 2 games after Game 3. But, yeah.
It kind of gives me goosebumps to think
No
that
wonder
if
he
you could
loves
take that
your guts.
conversation and then go, in 9 months' time, he's going to be playing in an Origin decider.
Crazy.
You wouldn't have felt that much
unreal.
at the time, but yeah, tracking back when he's a big superstar and you track back to you going, oh yeah, let's get you out of this and get you back on the field, give you another shot.
Well, he
It's
was
Sunny
always a
Hayes
freak.
again. Yeah.
Sorry, mate?
He was always such a good player, and obviously his journey, he had a few hamstring injuries, and he came back from Japanese rugby to play with the Cowboys, but I think he did 3 or 4 hamstrings there and just couldn't get any time on the field. So, yeah, just to see him be able to do so, and it's a pretty special story, to be honest.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Are we allowed to call him Shibusaki?
Yeah,
Are we
we
allowed to
can,
say that?
definitely.
Yeah, okay.
Say that.
Just making sure.
And what about Big Papa? Like, he to me just seems like if you look around the dressing sheds and you see him, particularly with the way that Canberra are going, he's just kind of one of those guys that we know is just not going to let us down.
No, he's killing it too at the moment. So he well and truly deserves to be there, but it's just his presence, I think, with the boys too, mate. He's so funny. He just cruises in one gear, and he actually played with Bill and Jono and all those sort of guys. So I think he brings this just big warmth to the group, and he's always smiling. So it's a pleasure to have him back in camp.
And his wife had a baby during the week, and she just said, "Go get the 2 points. I'll have the kid."
What about that? He went away to get the 2 points to Canberra, come home, a day later, Billy rings him, 10 days away again. She's a trooper.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
It's quite the push present, isn't it? Like other people want handbags, she just wants 2 points.
Yeah. And he's back in Origin.
And
camp.
what's the what do you do in the lead up? You've been up at the sunny coast. I've seen a few of Reece Walsh up there playing golf with Valentine Holmes, who looks like he hits them pretty good actually. By the way, so the boys have been playing golf. But when do you head down to Sydney?
We head to Sydney on Monday, so We do like 2 days on, a day off kind of schedule. So boys got a day off today, and we'll cruise around, play some golf. A bit of money goes on between Cam, Munster, and Val, and those boys. They fancy themselves as golfers, but I'm gonna cruise with Big Papa and Tino, I think, and try and enjoy what you can.
I'm getting the wind up here from Mitch. But just one quick one on the money things. Do you still do that thing with JT where he tries to kick the conversion from the sidelines, and does that still go on?
Mate, we do, and we actually fleeced him last game, so he's down $1,000. He's stinging. He had to go and get it out of the ATM. But I'll give it to Jono. Jono always pays his bets, and when he wins, a lot of the boys go MIA on him, especially Val. So he gets filthy when he has to hand over some cash. But
so he had to
hopefully
hand
we
over
keep it.
$1,000 to you guys.
He did last night. Went to Munster, and of all people you could hand money to, it went to Munster. So he was yelling for about 2 hours. So, but Munster wants to put it on. Put it on something as a group. No. Well, Munster's the champion, so he can do what he wants.
Nice work.
Well, he's the skipper. He can do what he
Put
wants.
on the favourites, Mara.
Yeah, Rose Hill.
Rose Hill or
Just might as well donate it.
Well, go get him Wednesday night, mate.
Yeah,
We're
good
all
luck.
behind you.
Cheers, guys. Thank
Cheers,
you.
brother.
See you, Paddy.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Yesterday we were talking about first dates, and I was kind of going through all the first dates I found online that had gone horribly wrong. It was mostly due to online dating, but it got me thinking about, it's been a while since I've had a first date, like 2 decades, but it got me thinking about some of my worst first dates. There were many. You would have had some bad first dates, you boys. Lutzi, surely?
Over the years, yeah, definitely have, yes.
And
Not-
back in the
yeah.
day, Ash?
Yep.
Yeah.
But who hasn't? I mean,
I
come
know,
on.
exactly. So 13, 24, 10, if you'd had a shocker, I want to hear from you. I'm going to tell you about 2 of mine. The first one was I think I was 13, never been kissed
What?
still. Yeah. Oh, I was
13?
late to the party, man. I was still playing with Barbies, which I'm
What are
sure
you talking
doesn't
about late? I
surprise
was
you.
Late
going,
to the
I was
party
going
at
the other
13.
way. I'm like, I didn't have a first date till I was probably 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm from Redcliffe.
Oh, that explains it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So
I don't- well, you
anyway.
should have started with that.
Yeah, I should have. So I'm from Redcliffe, right? We're at the
He's from
skate
Harvey
park.
Bay, and he was shocked. That's how early that is.
I'm talking kissing here. So
Yeah, again,
we're
20 for
we're
me.
at the skate park, and I was hanging out with the state school boys,
Yeah.
and there was this one particular one that all the girls fancied because he was
He was hot.
he was short, but he was handsome, and he was naughty, and he was really, really good on a skateboard. And as Avril Lavigne says, it's all about the skater boys.
I
And-
don't think she says it's all about the skater boys, but
no, she said
check the
he's
lyrics.
just a skater boy.
and he'll
No,
and I'll
no.
see you later, boy.
As,
Actually,
as
but
the great poet Avril Lavigne
Avril
once
Lavigne
quoted.
once said something about a skater boy. Yeah.
Anyway, we're all frothing for skater boys at the time. That was the thing.
It was the
and
thing.
Ben Foley was the one that all the girls were after. And
Shout
then-
out Ben Foley.
Ben Foley represent.
Call us up.
I probably
Ben
shouldn't have
Foley.
said that given where the story's
Oh
going.
no, hang on. There's a lot of Ben Foleys.
Well, he could
out
be
there.
around the peninsula, mate. Ben Foley, Redcliffe from whenever back in the day. I mean, shout out to you. Give us a call.
He's probably in he's probably a legal counsel now down at the local bloody Redcliffe Magistrates Court or something or other, and you're just
Yeah.
throwing him under the bus here. Keep going though. I want to
Yeah,
hear
Ben 13 24 10. Call me. I want to see if you came good.
Yeah, Ben Foley.
So anyway, a friend told a friend that he kind of fancied me. I was like, oh, I'm in. And anyway, as friends do, they all kind of cajoled and arranged so we were left alone on the beach together.
it. Yeah.
And we were standing there, and it was one of those things where you don't really talk. You're just like, are we going to kiss? Are we not going to kiss? And he'd just had, he started talking to me, but he kept like rifling around his mouth with his tongue. And I'm like, what is he doing? What is going on? And he'd been on the skateboard all morning
Classic
doing
Foley.
tricks. Classic Foley. Anyway, he's leaning in for the kiss. I'm like, this is the moment. And then he goes, wait. And then he opened his mouth and he spat out a tooth.
Ugh. What? I didn't see that coming.
Because neither did I, Ashley. Neither did I. He'd had a stack on his skateboard, but was so keen to still kiss, he just pretended he hadn't hurt himself. And it was his front tooth. And then he
God.
spits it.
Hang on,
and
sweetheart.
then-
I'll just get rid of this.
Yeah.
Where were we now?
It'd be a bloodied mouth.
It was not good, but he still let in, and I just went,
Oh, you
I'm
kissed him?
out. No. I went, I'm out, and I ran. I ran away. I just ran screaming down the beach, terrified.
That'd be your only chance with Ben Foley too. He didn't.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was instantly off him. And speaking of that, it's funny how when
I
you're
think the
dating
whole
people.
of Brisbane is now off him as well.
Oh, sorry, Ben. Like he was lovely. Just he needed that tooth. Then there was another one. There was this beautiful guy from Afghanistan who I was doing a play with.
Yep.
And he looked like an Arabian Night, basically. And he was all like mysterious and suave. And then he invited me on a date. And I went,
Was this Arabian Prince in Redcliffe as well?
no, funnily enough,
Just to clarify.
Paddington.
How old were you now? 14?
Yeah, no, I was well broken in by
You're
then.
an-
Yeah,
oh,
what was
Jesus.
I?
An
I was
adult.
at 19.
Yeah, right.
No, I was 19. No, I wasn't. I was such a prude. I was such a prude. Just ask everyone. But so we arranged this date, and he turned up. He took me to a restaurant. He turned up with flowers. And I'm like, this is amazing. Except he'd shaved his beard off. So he came with naked face. And I'd only ever seen him with his beard, and I loved that beard so much. And
He's
all of a sudden,
Arabian.
he looked like a gay hairdresser, and I just couldn't get past it. And it was funny because I loved him, and then all of a sudden, I just couldn't. And it was the most awkward day because I was just there going, "Your face isn't right."
I know an
It
Arabian.
just gave
I
too
know
much
an
away.
Arabian barber, and they do look better with a bit of
Yeah,
Bowie
with-
does look
with
better
the-
with a bit of grizzle. You know. what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
brings out that
Bowie
black
Arabian,
eyes.
is
Oh, yeah, I don't know, to be honest.
But anyway, he was very
You've always said he's
handsome.
left it.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Our golden retriever, he's on camp at the moment because we go on holidays today. And
Oh, yeah, right.
and so we've he's with the dog sitter, and the dog sitter lives out at Jimboomba, so he's out like on a farm. And I always laugh to myself because like nobody in our house gets more excited than Sonny Bill when he is coming downstairs into the basement, where the cars are. He's got his tail wagging, and he's just like, where are we going? What are we doing? Let's go! And he has no idea where we're going. like no idea when he's coming back. Yeah, but his excitement level is always like at an 11 or a 12, to quote Spinal Tap. And, like last week, for example, he jumped in the car and he's like, let's do it, let's go. And we were going to Stratty, you know what I mean? And that's his favourite place.
That's
in
a
the world.
win.
That's his favourite place in the world, to go to Stratty. He absolutely loves it. And then he doesn't. And when we hop in the car, he doesn't know if he's going to the beach or we're going home. He doesn't.
Or the vet.
Or the vet, or whatever. He actually likes going to the vet. It just doesn't seem to bother him.
Yeah, so does Whiskey. She's
Yeah.
like, so much tail to smell
Yeah, but
and chase.
But
Yes.
Joe had him in the car yesterday to take him out to Jimboomba, and he's all like, let's rock and roll, let's do it. Drop there. He doesn't, for all he knows. Then Joe just left him there, and drove away. Like,
Never coming back.
that could be it. That could be it. This could be his new house. These could be
New people,
his new people.
new
Like,
feeders.
and
I
she's,
know that you can't text them. That's why you've got to try and get into the habit. People give people a hard time for saying to their dog, "I'll be back soon. I'll be back soon," because they understand that phrase through reinforcement because you do come back.
Right.
So that's why you say it to your dog, "I'll be back soon." So when you drop them off at another family's place and they don't know your holiday itinerary and they think that could be it, "I'll never see you again," you've got to say, "I'll be back soon," and then they know.
Well,
It's just going to be it's a bit longer.
Joe just said that he had this like confused look on his face as she's walking away, like because it's the first time that he's been to this one because they've moved house, so like it's completely foreign to him. Like you just put yourself in those shoes for a second. Like what the hell? Now he's out at a property at Jimboomba. He doesn't know when we're coming back. But and she felt terrible. She said, "Oh, it was so bad." But they've just sent through pictures of him, and He's over it. He's having a ball. He's having
moved
a
on.
ball. He's
He's over it. He's got it.
Oh, he's
there's
living
a big
his best
smile, there's
life.
a smile on his face. It's like, if we're not coming back, he appears to be fine.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
As people know, we're about to go on break. We get 2
People
weeks
don't
off
know
in the
that.
middle of the year. Well, I'm saying it. We're
you
going
all
away
know,
for
as-
2
as
weeks.
you're all well aware.
fully aware.
Except for Mitch. He doesn't get to go anywhere. He just has to. Well, I don't know where you're going, Mitch.
Neither do I.
I want to take you to Fiji with me. But,
Professionally or?
oh, let's not do this.
Bit of both. A little bit of both.
I'll be the chai
Anyway.
guy, you know?
Everyone, yeah, my chai guy. Everyone needs a holiday every now and then because you get stressed. And I've been a bit stressed over the last few weeks, probably mostly self-induced. But, you're trying to tackle deadlines to get everything wrapped up before you're going away. And the other day I was like, I had too many tabs open and I was pacing around the house just trying to multitask but not getting anything done because I was just in a flap. And then my eldest son, Will, goes, oh, let's play a board game. And I'm like, oh, I can't commit to that, but why don't we play some Uno then? And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm going to sit down with the whole family. So I roped the whole family into it. I'm like, let's play some Uno and that will de-stress me and then it'll clear. You're already laughing, Ash, because you know where this is going.
Oh, no,
Because-
I don't. It just hit me. I don't think I've ever played Uno with my family. I don't think I've ever played a board game with my family.
It is weird. It is weird that you don't play at home usually. Like the only time I've ever played a board game with my family's been when we're on holiday.
On holiday
in Coolangatta.
somewhere. Yeah,
That's the only
yeah.
time ever. We play Trivial Pursuit. We've never ever played it in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this was slightly out of the ordinary too. And I went, no, I've had lots of memes pop up lately going, prioritise your family. I'm like, I'm going to prioritise my family, have some quality time. It's going to be great. And then, we play the first game, Will wins. We play the second game, Jeremy wins. Play
Sorry,
the third
what was
game.
the game again? Uno.
Uno.
Yes.
Play again, Will wins. Play again, Will wins.
What, how many
Then
games did
Teddy
you play?
wanders in.
Wow.
And then Teddy goes, then Teddy goes, oh, can I learn? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So I quickly I taught him, and then he played, and then he won. And this is the first time he's played. Meanwhile, I'm getting redder and redder in the face and steam starting to come out of my ears because I just could not win.
And are they laughing at you and
Uno,
stuff, or-
yeah, they were laughing
Yeah,
at me.
that's the best bit.
They were lumping on me. The resentment was building up. I'm like, I clean your socks and undies every day. Just there. And I realised I had a
Were you
full
claiming
dummy
that it was
spit.
fixed? 'Cause
No,
not to
I
pile on, but
realised.
I've kind of noticed that you do that a bit.
Yeah, you usually
What?
blame someone else.
Well, if you don't win
Fix
one of our dopey competitions here,
Yeah, it's fixed.
You immediately go into claiming that it's fixed and that it's against,
Well, yes,
all
Ashley, this
set
is a
up
very good
against you.
observation you've made because I
conspiracy, yeah.
realised
Yeah, conspiracy.
I
that's
am
it. Yeah.
a very bad sport.
No.
Yes.
Get out.
Yes, even today. Did you hear me swear and carry on after Smarter Than Nikki?
Who was?
I think I pushed the mic far enough away, but I'm like, ah!
Well, it's good
Because
you're
not only
competitive.
did I lose, but I look stupid in the process. But even Throwback Throwdown, I'm going to need therapy over this. I just can't win.
Well, that's
I cannot win.
ridiculous. Like you should
It
not,
is
This is
ridiculous.
not something in the whole scheme of things in life. Throwback, throwdown should not be one thing you
What
stress
were we
about.
playing the other day? And you went, Buzz has told me in the meeting.
Yeah, that was Throwback Throwdown.
Yeah, that I've got to have more enthusiasm. And I was like,
I've
you
gotta
do
stop.
meetings? You actually sit down in meetings about throwback throwdown?
I wear my heart on my sleeve,
the
guys.
hell?
You guys walk out and you're like,
But you personalise it too. Like, if you don't win
Yeah.
Smarter Than Nikki, it doesn't mean that you're dumb. Like, it doesn't mean that you're silly.
And
It's just like...
And it opens you to, like, you're vulnerable then.
Yes, I am
If we
vulnerable.
want to, we can go, okay, we can get her here.
Yeah.
And we know that's going to let, you can be storming out of the bloody studio 2 seconds later, But
I
I don't understand.
could.
Because then you look at all your messages on Instagram and you say it doesn't impact you, which I'm happy about, obviously.
Oh, hang on, what?
when
doesn't
someone
impact
says
me?
you're the famous
the
one
trolling.
from last week.
Oh,
Back to
no,
the
I've-
back to the gym chat,
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
No, it's all a facade. I'm actually a delicate flower. I
Yes.
need you all to be
Well,
nice
I know
to
you
me.
are. That's what
Or
I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna,
Oh, we
I'm
know.
gonna run away and cry.
That's what I'm saying.
which I do.
I
in
know,
my
that's what
car.
I'm saying. So we've got to be very careful around this.
Yeah,
But our
yeah.
point is, stop caring, all right? Because it's just a stupid show.
Yes.
Aw, number one stupid show.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.